Fresh and local seems like it's the new big movement, but it has been around for a long time.
Small acreage farmers Thom Sadoski and Diane Green have grown their marriage and their farm side by side. Located northeast of Sandpoint, Idaho, between the Cabinet and Selkirk Mountains, the couple started its endeavor as a small vegetable and flower garden that quickly grew into a certified organic operation with more than 2 acres in cultivation.
We planted our first garden here in 1989, and we started out with just the circle garden that you see behind me. And within a year of having our garden here, it just was more than what we can and save for ourselves.
Both Thom and Diane are from diverse backgrounds. Thom was a reforestation tree planter, and Diane was a self-described hippie who traveled the country looking for a place to settle. After landing a job with the U.S. Forest Service as a contract tree planting inspector, she and Thom discovered not only each other, but also their shared passion for farming.
I've always grown gardens. Wherever I went, I would help put in gardens. So I never really put down roots until this piece of land. And I knew that I would always garden. I didn't really come to this piece of land thinking that I would become a small acreage farmer. That didn't happen until I met my husband. Everything that Greentree Naturals is because of our partnership and because of our working wonderful relationship that enables us to work together 7 days a week and still love each other and still have fun and still enjoy what we're doing. Beer making this winter.
Having amassed over 100 different varieties of vegetables, 7 kinds of summer squash, 4 kinds of cucumbers, 9 kinds of peppers, 7 varieties of potatoes, and 4 kinds of beans, added to 60 varieties of culinary herbs and about 70 varieties of flowers, the small certified organic farm produces quality fresh flowers and produce meant for local consumption.
We love feeding people and turning people on to new varieties of vegetables and having parents come to us and tell us that their kids have never liked beans before, but they eat our magic beans. Those kind of things are just real satisfying. It's important to me to see the face of the people that are buying our food and eating our food. That's what it's all about. Fresh, local. Sandpoint Farmers Market is a fantastic marketplace. I mean, people come from all over the place to come and visit Sandpoint. You know, they'll come up from California and say this is one of the sweetest markets we've ever seen. And it is really sweet.
Sustainable small acreage farming takes plenty of time to master, especially when it is certified organic.
Well, once they start eating, they sure do enjoy their aphids.
Pests are dealt with naturally. By using Greentree Naturals as a base, Diane has created a classroom on the farm by teaching, sharing, and mentoring eager students ready to learn.
You don't really need too much distance for cross-pollination on beans. It's not too much of a problem. And we're losing family farms. I don't know what the percentages are, but they're pretty high that most of the people farming in the United States today are my age. I'm 59, my husband's 62. We're not going to be able to do this for a whole lot longer. So I want to make sure that I'm growing the next generation of farmers that are going to feed me when I can't do this anymore. I decided to really focus on making it a clear educational component so they would come away with more than knowing how to weed and more than being a laborer here.
Jennifer Heller and Nina Peterson are 2 recent apprentices who volunteer their time and sweat working and learning from a master.
The bean war, the game is you have to get them to stick to your clothing. And why do you have one sticking out of your ear?
Jennifer from South Africa has an interest in cold season gardening.
Bean wars? Oh gosh. Well, I'm not too good at them because I eat the beans.
And Nina, a mother of 5, wants to learn about organic gardening and growing food for her family.
Here I feel very fortunate to have Diane as a mentor, basically. So she's very knowledgeable, she's thorough, and she has a lot of passion.
When the beans are on, like they are now, and it's nice and hot, we're going to be picking ideally every 3 days. I mean, I have found that I have as much passion for sharing the knowledge as I do for gardening. I mean, I've had some fantastic mentors in my lifetime, and that means a lot. So if I can continue to be a good farming mentor to the next generation of farmers and organic gardeners, I'll do that. I'd say until my hair turns white, but it's already there. If people don't support local farmers, there's not going to be local food. That's huge for us. That's how we survive. We rely on direct-to-consumer contact. We rely on our community to support us, and we do what we can to support our community by giving back, by teaching workshops and doing those kind of things. But if people aren't buying our produce, local farms won't survive. I think local food it's more popular than ever before, and I hope it stays that way. I hope more people want to support their local farmers as much as possible. We just try to do the best we can every day and hope that we can keep the farm growing and alive and sustain ourselves. I mean, people are always asking, how do you do all that you do? We do it because a friend of mine calls it right livelihood. We do it because it's something that we love. And what else would I be doing? What else would I do? I teach. I love to teach. I live to teach. I live to farm. There you go. So our ritual is hugs in the garden.
Well, this is where we got married.
Yeah. 24 years ago. Am I feeling lucky? Yes, I am.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.